So those are the, so we call that person as a murkha, one who doesn't know the reality about anything. Okay? And to such a person who is stuck on that idea, mudaha, muyati, completely stuck with that idea. I am the body, I am rich, or I am poor, I am young, I am a father, I am a mother, my husband, I am a wife, like any of these ideas. He's so stuck. However much you tell him, you cannot release him. Therefore he gives a beautiful example. Bhartrahari's Niti Sadagam, verse number 11. Shakyo varaitum jalena hutabhuk chhatrena suryatapaha nagendro nishitanda kusena samado dandena ago gardavai vyadi bhaishaja sangrahischa vividhai mantra prayogar visham sarvasya ausadamasti shastra sarvasya ausadamasti shastra vihita murkhasya nasti ausadham. Very beautifully says. Shastra vihita murkhasya ausadham nasti. One who is shastra vihinam murkhasya. One, the person who has no knowledge about himself. Please see, this is such a beautiful tradition. He doesn't say the person who is knowing physics, chemistry, mathematics, history, geography, like that, they are all learned people. Those who have never gone to see murkha. He says, no. That is not murkha. That is not learned or not, we are not worried about that. One who doesn't know about himself, that person is murkha. When you are ignorant about yourself, even the information about the world will still make you murkha. In the absence of it, you are murkha. Listen carefully. You are ignorant about the world, you know about the world. There are two differences. Somebody knows about the world and somebody doesn't know about the world. Relatively, between the two, one who knows about the world is better than the one who doesn't know about the world. That is why today, people who have studied physics, chemistry, mathematics, history, geography, all these things you have studied, they can, because using the science, how many beautiful things are discovered. You cannot say ignorant person as well as the learned person who has studied in the universities are one and the same. You cannot say that. Both are different. One knows about the world, one doesn't know about the world. But when it comes to conflict and misery, who is better? Both are affected. As much an ignorant man commits suicide because his wife had a fighting with him or husband had a fight with him, fight with her or fight with him, even a very rich, very educated person can commit suicide. Because the son is like that, daughter is like that, mother is like that, husband is like that. As when a poor man commits suicide because he could not give back the loan for the agriculture, which is happening much in India, a very rich man also commits suicide because he could not honor his commitment. In the helplessness, both are one and the same. Because in the ignorance of the self, there is a difference between immortality and mortality. Happiness absolute and relative unhappiness and misery. So from that standpoint, how nicely Bhartrahari says, Shastra vihinam murkha. The one who is no Shastra jnanam, the knowledge of one's own self, but the person must know about himself, who is he. He is the real murkha. Because if you don't know about yourself, please see, when you do not know about yourself, you identify yourself with the two relative conditions, poverty or prosperity, literacy, illiteracy, youth, old age. So as long as you identify with poverty, you may think you are poor. Therefore, unnecessarily helpless. And the person who thinks rich, unnecessarily arrogant. This richness, listen carefully, it can take care of your food. You will not starve, but it will not take care of your death. Poverty cannot take care of your starvation. Neither it can take care of your death. So it's better to be rich than to be poor. But when it comes to the death, both poor and rich equally vulnerable. You are owner of the hospital, you shall die. A person has no access to hospital also will die. Very rich, very poor. Very accomplished, very ordinary. Both have sense of pain, pleasure, frustration, depression, jealousy, hatred, little occasional kindness. Whereas a person who knows himself is a totally different person. So, Shastra Vihitam is a murkhasya, such a murkha, and who thus, identifying with prosperity or poverty, less knowledge or more knowledge, he is not interested in understanding himself. If you say, look, you better understand yourself, don't give me that, this is not needed, that's not needed. You talk to people, you shall see, you will know the difference. You talk to people, you will see the difference. Even religion itself, many traditions are so confusing. The person remains obsessed with a little information and he says, oh, I don't need anything. Why? Because I hold my nose every day 3 hours. I don't need anything because I have gone around the, Narmada Parikrama. I have gone around the Narmada. Or I have gone around the hills. Or I am doing this puja, I am doing this worship, doing this chanting, I am doing this meditation. I don't need anything. Or I am a vegetarian, I am a good man. I don't cheat anybody. Doesn't understand, he is cheating himself. It's a simple statement I am giving you. The person is proud that he is not cheating anybody, but is continuously cheating himself. You understand that point? Continuously cheating himself. He doesn't know who is he. So is he, when he is cheating himself, is he helping people or cheating other people also? You can never show your own swarupa, self to anybody, because you are always veiled, masked. You are in trouble, others are in trouble. And to such people, those who are obsessed with that relative identities, you cannot help them. He says, Sakyo varaitum jalena hutabhuk chhatrena suryatapai. Hutabhuk means that is the fire. You can take care of the fire by pouring the water on it. Just a simple translation, you remove 4 verses. You can get rid of the, you can extinguish the fire by putting water in it. Chhatrena suryatapaha. The sunlight, when the sun is shining, you can take what? Umbrella. Chhatrena, like an umbrella, you hold it, that is also kept off. Suppose there is an umbrella and you are still shouting there, hey, there is so much of sunlight, so hot, sun is beating down on my head. What do you shall say? Are you stupid? You have an umbrella, open it. Adda Murkha. Who is Murkha? He has the umbrella in his hand, but he doesn't open it. Right? In that way, every human being is a Murkha. Why? He has the umbrella, the absolute umbrella on him, inside it, with him, but he doesn't want to open it. When he's suffering hatred, jealousy, identity, limitation, mortality, oh, my son is behaving like that, my daughter is behaving like that, my father is behaving like that, my thoughts are killing me. Open up the umbrella of wisdom. If you say that, what this man says, this murkha, what will say? There is no such umbrella. Life is pain. You don't talk nonsense. You are sitting down in one nice place and you can say life is all wonderful. You live like me. Silly logic people shall give. As though you cannot live with poverty. Everything is good, how can you say that? Really? As though you cannot see, oh, you are living so prosperously, you are living so prosperous. So how can you don't understand the language of poverty. Even if suppose prosperity goes away, this man also learns to live with poverty. Oh, everybody loves you, everybody adores you. But suppose sometimes everybody hates you, everybody insults you, what will you say? Still you are the same. That is where you appreciate this wisdom so well. Because the ignorant person, one who is stuck with that idea, life is a pain, you cannot help him. Like people stuck with the many different types of religious conditioning, secular conditionings. Money is ultimate. Get rid of the scripture. What are you talking the scriptures about? Why you study the scriptures? Money is everything. Secular person. Or I have a faith. I know I have a faith. When I die, my God is going to protect me hereafter. What can you tell him? So he has to wait for that protection after death. So during the death, what will you do? Think of it. Like in many religions you can see that drinking is a curse. It's good. Nothing wrong in that. Choice is yours. I'm telling you that I was reading a novel, when Turkish person write that novel. Very good, very nice novel. There one child is asking the question, you are telling not to drink, but how come when I die, I go to heaven, I get all the drinks? Now what shall you answer? Because the description of heaven is, what all you deny yourself here, you will get everything there. You deny the food, you will get best food. You deny the drink, you will get the best drink. You deny a man or woman, you will get plenty of those guys there. Now what will happen now? Now the person starts thinking, why not having it here? Make the heaven here. No, you have to suffer, then only you shall enjoy. I mean, what is that logic? Think of it, think of it. They don't understand. It is not the luxury that makes you luxurious. It's not the suffering that makes you great. What gives you pain is, I am suffering. What gives you pain is, I am enjoying. Both ways you will get pain. Because as long as this I is there, it will drag the limitations of pleasure as well as pain. When you are aware of yourself, it's a different thing altogether. Akarta, abhokta. I am neither the doer nor the enjoyer.